Alright, good day everyone. This will be our 1 hour stream of Explorers Celebration pretty much. So might as well get us started. There we go. So let's log in, and pretty much what we're gonna do, it's nothing special, just wanted to do these dailies pretty much, and that's about it. For 1 hour, then we're gonna have like a short break, and then we're gonna continue with even more strategy games, probably. So I didn't complete yesterday's dailies, so we'll do them today and pick up the new ones as well. So nothing special, just a little bit chill before we start the real games today. So we can do a little bit chit chat and whatnot, maybe. So this character is actually my first master crafter, and her name is Hestla from Skyrim Volkihar clan. I absolutely love Skyrim, so a lot of my characters are actually named after their the Skyrim characters or some other important characters in the Elder Scrolls lore. So that because usually I play only with one main character, and since to make most use of this, I wanted to have many characters, and in order to do so, I just pick up some basically nicknames of characters that I really like from lore. For example, like Hestla, very fitting for our first master crafter, so we can pick up the next batch as well. That took a long time. I believe the sound should be pretty decent. I hope so. If not, then you can let me know. Because I actually have not adjusted Elder Scrolls Online in-game music and sounds. Great timing to do all your dailies, even if you don't play much of Elder Scrolls, because I mean, come on, for example, like I get 10k just from 7 writs, which is pretty impressive, I must say. I think it's usually worth it anyways, but now it's especially worth it, and I'm pretty sad that I was not able to do it these days before, because I had like other matters to attend to pretty much. So yeah, but now we're doing them. I think that I at least managed to pick up the yesterday daily writs. And also, of course, if you would want to see more of Elder Scrolls Online or any Elder Scrolls, let me know. Even though I believe I just noticed something. Oh. this is just pretty much to start the day. We'll finish these dailies, see how things go and so on, and if everything is fine, we will just... well, everything should be fine. We'll just finish this up, then we'll take a little break, like in half an hour to an hour, and then we'll be streaming probably Europa Universalis for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean quite a few hours. Or we might do Crusader Kings. So now, if you have any special wishes, you can make some requests. I mean, that's a lot of gold. And best part is we still have the second batch to deliver. Just need to deposit these items into the bank and then we'll be good to go. So I already did train my characters for riding, so that's all done. I just set them up for tomorrow's training. I completely forgot. The previous character, of course, was Belaine from the Greymoor chapter, Greymoor chapter, yep. The character who is helping you in the main storyline, pretty much. And this one is Aeola. Let me just quickly. So she is the pretty cool companion you can get in Skyrim, pretty much, which requires you to complete some miscellaneous quest, and then you can get her as a companion. And I usually got her just so, and I put her into as a house carl for one of my homes, and that's why we have her pretty much. Pretty much every single one of them. There's some reason why the character is in my account. For example, like this one is my house carl. Then there's like the other characters that are just there because I wanted to create like something realistic that would go well with their class. For example, like I have Freya, which is also, I love that companion as well, but Not only that, she's also a warden since she is a shaman and so on. And in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense. Just need to remember that I need to do all of these twice with almost all the characters, except the last ones, because the last few of them I did complete them before, just not the first ones I usually start off with. Well, I actually have on this account quite a few of limited availability items on this, cosmetic items of course, for this account. Of course there are events where you can get them again, but yeah, such as this nocturnal robes, as well as the horse we have, the nightmare, whatever it's called, horse stick or something. And someone just got assassinated, I believe, by the sound of it at least. And if I'm not mistaken, this character should have everything maxed out. So all my characters, except the latest one, Belaine, has maxed out crafting pretty much. So this was Eola. And the next one was Nada or Janessa. We'll see just in a second. Yeah, that's Nyada, the stone arm from Companions in Skyrim, and I just chose her because she was an Nord and she was available as companion, and she was pretty okay character. But pretty much the only reason we did pick her is I wanted someone to use skeleton polymorph as well, who could be a werewolf. And yeah, and this is what I got. What I decided we'll go for, pretty much. Only difference why I'm not too into Elder Scrolls Online is because, at least for my internet connection, the latency is pretty bad. I can't even like properly do like waves, light attacks, you know, when you use light attack after every ability and pretty much like that. And that's pretty much the only reason why I love Elder Scrolls and everything, but it's difficult for me to enjoy any role besides healer, and I don't really like healer too much. I do actually go for it very often because that's my only option pretty much, but because as a tank it's also quite important that you have decent internet connection, since you had to respond very quickly, taunt very quickly, and do other things very quickly to be effective at it. And also, of course, the DPS, where you need to be very good at light attack waving and weaving, whatever. And not only that, you need to be careful of not being one-shotted and so on, which can happen even if you have a very good tank. Also, our experience scroll is just barely running. Hopefully we'll be able to make it in time, and it appears we will. There we go, with 10 seconds to go for spare. We just need to get another experience scroll from our bank. We have quite a few of them. Maybe even have one in the bank. No, we don't. Not in the bank, but in the character we didn't. So let's split up the stack and then just take out one of these. Also, I'm using this character, Nyade the Stone Arm, for different kind of obtainables, if I'm not mistaken, because I think Janessa was for furnishing. Oh, it's the reward. Oh, there we go. Let's pick some up, actually. It was the reward of the Wardy, which you receive when you complete your first random battleground, pretty much. Oh no, not only the first ones, actually all of them. Once you reach 1000 contribution points, pretty much you receive a reward of the Wardy, if I remember correctly, or was it for achievements? I can't remember quite. But either way, we got them, and it's good to use them once per day, because with your first one you receive also those transition stones. For the rest of them, you don't get. You only get a set item from the PvP area, from the battlegrounds. And since I'm not interested in those PvP items, I'm just going after those transitioning stones, and I'm just opening one at a time per day, pretty much. Of course, we also depositing the item, and we might as well just sell some of these stuff, so it doesn't clog up our inventory space. Because as you know, even the latest update, I still have some little bit inventory management issues, but that's only because I'm trying to research traits for all my characters, and of course that's gonna take a lot of space because I have pre-crafted all of those items and deposited most of them into the specific character's inventory, or either into the bank. For example, if the character doesn't have enough inventory space, such as the case with Billy, since she is my newest character. Hello there, glad to see you joining. So, this is pretty much just chill hour where we do take advantage of Explorer's Celebration and just do daily crafts with all my characters pretty much, which after we will finish these ones, and then we'll just be going back to some other probably offline game, probably some strategy, unless you have some specific request. We will after this gonna play some strategy game, probably like Crusader Kings or Europa Universalis, but of course if you have some specific wishes you can definitely make some requests. We can even go as far as to play Skyrim Virtual Reality. I hope you can see it properly. We have VR headset, so we are all set to go almost. It would require some little bit of setup because I have not done it on stream yet, but we are open for it's an option for us. And yeah, this character is Fury Bloodmouth, which is from Skyrim clan Volkihar, the Vampires Guild, and I love absolutely playing in Volkihar. That was one of my favorite things, especially when it just came out with the Dawn Guard. To be in the Volkihar clan and be this super powerful vampire, it was awesome. And this, the reason I chose her is just simply because we want to max out our character slots, and I didn't really know what else to put, so I just put a lot of characters from Castle Volkihar into the game and create them as my characters in the Elder Scrolls Online. We actually have two of Fury Bloodmouths. One is with the surname, one is without it, just because, yeah, basically because we did not know yet other things what to create, and now we're sticking up with this one until we find someone else we could use. That could be fun. That's about it. And of course, hopefully, I have not actually set up this proper mic to game ratio, so if the sound, hopefully the sound is alright. It should be, if I'm not mistaken, but who knows. And by the way, once we do finish this Explorer Celebration, we will just simply go to a little break, which will take from half an hour to an hour probably. And yeah, between those times you can definitely message me or something. Even now you can message me and make some requests basically. What would you like to do? Like to see me play next, pretty much. As I mentioned, it could be pretty much anything, starting from Paradox strategy games, ending to Elder Scrolls Online. And we already did these writing lessons, so we don't need to do them again. If we don't receive any recommendations, we're definitely gonna go for Europa Universalis. There's a small chance we could go for Crusader Kings 3, which is a lot of fun, but I'm actually very much waiting for the next expansion, big expansion for the Crusader Kings. Who knows when that's gonna come out? It's probably not gonna be anytime soon, like I don't know, but in the summertime probably, or in the end of the summertime, who knows. Because then it will be awesome to play the Norse, some of the North culture, you know, and because they receive their culture pack, so that would be fun, as well as combining it with some major expansion. That would be great. Unless the major expansion will be focused on something else that we could not get while we are playing in the Norse culture, pretty much. But until then, yeah, and also then, like next month he's releasing Blackwood's chapter, which is awesome, and I'm really excited about those companion system, how they have made it and everything, and that's the only reason why I'm not playing Elder Scrolls Online much lately, because I'm just waiting for the release of the companions. That's the only thing I'm much interested in, the chapter, and I think it's gonna be awesome. Probably gonna pre-order it. I have not yet done it because for reasons, but we will pre-order it probably short before the release. So that will be a lot of fun, I think, especially to see those companions. I mean, it has never, as far as I know, it has never been done in a multiplayer game, and dude, it's gonna be awesome, because I know that Elder Scrolls, Zenimax, they know how to implement stuff so that it's balanced and all that good stuff. And I mean, that's a lot of gold getting from one character, doing all of these dailies. It's even a great amount of gold you can make even without this event, but now that we have Explorer's Celebration, it's even much more worth it. Otherwise I would not probably, well, I do often do these daily quests, but I mean, it takes a little bit of time, and if currently I have other priorities like streaming, I don't know, other games that, since I have limited time, then yeah, I often do not avoid, but don't have the spare time to do these dailies, but right now when the celebration is going, it's definitely worth it. Oh, and yeah, by the way, this is Salonia, also from the Castle Volkihar clan, one of the characters. So also pretty much just a filler for one of my characters, like a filler spot. And this pretty much is my routine whenever I am doing these dailies. Just popping up or writing lessons, running to the crafting stations, becomes of course the Ritz, doing the crafting stations, then running back to raiding lessons, and just logging out and moving on to the next one. And this one is Salonia Kaelia, which is also of course the same character, only with the surname. So yeah, another filler pretty much. funny thing is that they actually do intend to create that your companions will be available as a house guests in your home, pretty much, which is really lovely. Yeah, no, I really hope they will introduce more companions in the future as well, especially if they will be available as a house guest and you can customize them. That will be so incredible. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully they will introduce these features later in the game. Of course, it's not going to be out there on the release date, since they said they have plenty of other things to sort out for companion system, which is totally understandable. It's a complicated. I bet it's a complicated system. It's hard to balance and so on. Only thing I don't like much is that they will not be very combat effective. They will like be much less effective than like, for example, if you would have like a party member, but it is what it is. I really would love to see, like, for example, I very often do go as a tank because that's way easier to play it with my latency, but I think you can see it at the bottom left. Yeah, my latency is 110, which is actually, it's not a lot, it's like very playable and so on, but once you have like like milliseconds become important, it's a lot, you know. For example, especially for DPS, light attack waving, and of course the tanking as well, so you can respond quickly to different kind of situations and so on. There we go. Now we can do and I did pick up these dailies yesterday, so we can now do them today as well. And so basically I pretty much did not complete them yesterday, so we are now completing the yesterday ones I picked up and picking up today's ones and completing them as well. Meanwhile, but we did complete the dailies with our last few characters, like last 5 characters I believe it was. So it's just a few left ones that we have to do 2 batches of. After that we're good to go. As I mentioned before, yep. I don't know, for me, Skyrim was something very special. Played it a lot, I have completed it quite a few times, and we're probably going to do it once again at some time in the future with virtual reality, because that's of course much more impressive. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to get a better graphics card, because my current one can run it, but it's not so great. We have to play in low graphics pretty much. And this is Fuda, the Bloodmouth without the surname. A lot about Europa Universalis, and I really want to do basically maximizing permanent modifiers on the game, which would include a lot of tag switching, which I might do a little bit off camera to do it like as fast as possible. And once I'm done, we'll just start showing off those permanent modifiers, which I think would be great. Just going for those, of course, administrative efficiency modifiers, which is the best thing ever, since you can see it on YouTube, where we just basically in one war we were able to pick out Ming, as well as and on separate war Japan, the whole Japan pretty much. And I mean, come on, that's something you don't see every day. And one thing is for sure, setting up all these characters for a full crafting skills and so on was quite a tough challenge and took quite a while. Now only thing left for me to do is create as many master crafter characters, and as well that was one thing, and another thing is researching as much traits as we can. So that's the reason why we have created a lot of crafting items and put them into each character's inventories. That's taking a lot of space, of course, but that allows us to have organized crafting research traits pretty much. Oh, we have another patch complete, almost. There we go, almost forgot about it. I hope we didn't forget it already with one of my characters. That'll be quite a sad day, since we can get for each patch 10,000, which is a lot of money, of course, in Elder Scrolls Online. That you can get just in for example, for me it's in an hour, so that's pretty good amount. Especially since I don't like to sell my items, what I have obtained, because usually obtaining items takes a lot of time, and as I mentioned before, I don't have a lot of time spared for Elder Scrolls Online, sadly. We might one day, especially if I will be able to upgrade my internet connection, which might be actually quite soon, maybe this year, maybe next year, we'll see how things go, at which point we definitely would increase the amount of time we do spend in Elder Scrolls Online, probably, or something like that, but until then. And we also, of course, will see how companion system will work. Very interested in it. And I bet it's gonna be lovely, because they have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort on it, and I'm really excited about it. I'm much more excited about the companion system than anything else in the Elder Scrolls Online right about now. So we did complete all the raids with this character, yesterday's and today's. Yes, this is Janessa. She is also another character from Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5. The reason why she is in the game is because she is the Dark Elf mercenary you can hire in Whiterun. Basically the first mercenary you meet, and also I love Dark Elves. And since she's a woman, she usually was my wife I married in Skyrim, in most cases. So that's the reason why she actually is in charge of furnishing items, because that makes sense. If she's a wife, you know, she's decorating and stuff like that. It's funny, I know, but it's sort of details I do sometimes and sometimes often put my attention to when I'm making such things, because it's important for me that it also has like this role-playing aspect of the game and so on. She's dressed in a Nordic bath towel, which is of course one of my favorite costumes. And at some point we also might do Elder Scrolls Online giveaway. So for example, if you don't have the game, feel free to follow up and we might do this giveaway. Who knows, maybe in this week as well, we'll see. Elder Scrolls Online game pack in Steam giveaway. Most likely in Steam, yeah. It'll be easier than anything else, as well as once you get on a Steam, it will become available on the web page as well. I especially want to support a lot of people playing Elder Scrolls Online, because it already has a lot of members, but it's a great game. And you can definitely see that developers are putting extra attention that the game is very well balanced and so on. Well, the classes could be better. I mean, I don't feel like the classes are balanced, because um, because for example, like Warden class is a little bit more complicated than others, and Necromancers is definitely much more harder than other classes. And of course I'm maining Necromancer, and I can feel it, especially with my latency. It's hard to do all of that stuff with such a delays basically on your spells and stuff like that. And of course, and then you compare it. I actually, when I was first playing, I created a lot of characters and so on, and I never created a Templar. And once I played a Templar, I was so sad, because Templars are incredibly easy, incredible. Well, yeah, I don't know. After the next patch, I think they're gonna receive a little nerf, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, right now they are really good, especially for starting. For starters, basically they pretty much receive a very high damage area effect, actually damaging a spell that also heals them as well, which is one of the most OP spells in the game in my opinion. It is not that good in PvP, that's one thing, but it's extremely effective and good in in dungeons overall, in PvE. And actually I had easier time doing solo dungeons with the Templar. I did not put much effort into it. Completely, like Madonna is one of them, also a character from Castle Valkihar from Skyrim. She's a Templar. She's the only character I believe in my account that doesn't make much sense with class-wise, but at the time I did not remember I can create another Templar, which we will see just in a second, a little bit later on. So, this is Madonna. As I said, she's from the clan Valkihar in Skyrim, and she's also just here to pretty much to fill the gap and bring someone as a daily craft to a space, basically.
The old man is full of surprises.
And they have explained that they will actually include a lot of the dialogues and stuff like that with companions. For example, you will be just doing some quests, for example, like, I don't know, in Somerset, let's say, yeah? And there's something impressive, and the companion actually might add a comment or something to the while you're playing, and I think it's awesome, especially since I love to play games where, for example, like in Skyrim, where you had companions that all the time comment something. And I know a lot of people hated that the guards often were just walking by and immediately talking to you. I actually loved it. I kind of think it added to the feel of the game, and I love it. And I actually used a lot of mods to even increase their variety and how amount the NPCs and companions comment on things, and I love it. Especially that they're very often aware of your gear, which is incredible good as well. They might even be aware of some items you have in your inventory, even though you don't. You're just staying there. You completely forgot about it, and the NPC or some companion might add a comment about it, that they are aware that you're possessing the item and so on. And actually all my characters are using the ring with the Wild Hunt. It's only available with the Grammar chapter, but yeah, I'm using it on all my characters, and so they are running pretty fast. As you saw there, we were outrunning a character who is running on a horse. Of course, there are better upgraded horses for some characters. Obviously he was not the end game horse pretty much. Not the game horse, but he did not have completed all the riding lessons. But yeah. So this is my second Templar, which actually is a class, how can you put it, appropriate for the character's name. The name is Ingiard, which is from Clan Dawnguard, who are actually the guys who are fighting against the vampires. The reason I included her because I wanted to create a Templar character. Not only that, she's also one of the characters, if I remember correctly, that has unlimited level cap, which is of course really great in Skyrim. And that's the reason why we created her, and she's also wearing the Grave Digger's outfit, which seems for me a little bit appropriate for her. So far at least. I'm trying to like match my cosmetic items to the character's roleplay basically. For example, like she's a vampire hunter, so I'm trying to sort of like match it. For example, if she's wearing the vampire, no, was it the vampire hunters, I think, hat or something. We can check it out quickly. For example, let's go to appearance and hats, and that is a werewolf hunter hat. There we go. Yeah, I thought as much. And she's also a Templar, which is very adequate for a Dawnguard character, I believe. So that makes a lot of sense. It's funny how Elder Scrolls is which is like very well optimized game, yes, but it has very high graphics, and it's funny how this game is running for me better than strategy games, because my CPU could use a little upgrade, and we will do that in some future when we will be able to afford like high quality of it, pretty much. And we received something. Oh, that's just a notification, that's fine. And this is the only character from Clan Dawnguard we have on this account. So since I already told you, I love playing in Volkhard clan, and I actually have never completed the Dawnguard clan. On the Dawnguard side, basically, what I'm trying to say. Always choosing the Volkhard clan, so that's, yeah, a little bit silly, because it's best for you to see both sides of the quest line. But I'm just overall, you know, always playing as a vampire, so. And I was so super excited when I saw that they're releasing basically pretty much, let's be honest, a vampire-oriented DLC. And then of course, it's a little bit cringy, I know, but as all of you know, most of the Skyrim players, we all love Serana. Most of us at least, and we do actually have 3 Servanas on this account because we needed to fill gaps, and 2 of them are Nightblades. One of them is a sorcerer, this one is a Nightblade. Her nickname, as you saw, is Serana Cold Harbor, and she's pretty well developed a character, especially for sneaking. I often use it on Imperial City to do some quests, for example, because she is very stealthy and very effective at it as well. And Actually, this is the only character I pretty much leveled up only using dolmens. If you dolmens, they basically groups. If you're not aware what it is, it's pretty much one of the fastest ways you can level up your characters. You pretty much just go to Alikir's Desert, and then you just run from one dolmen to the like. Here's the one. There's two. Oh no, it was the other Serana I leveled up using only dolmens, and then there's another one. And basically the meaning is that you travel from wayshrine to wayshrine, like in counterclockwise or clockwise, and it's very short distance from wayshrines to the dolmens, and you just farm them in a groups. It's very fast. It's quite effective. It slows down by quite a bit when you're reaching the later levels, which is why I personally often complete by just using the Master Rites combined with some high experience scrolls and so on. And yeah. But after that I realized it's not the best way you can level up, because since I had to level up like 18 characters to the max level, I realized one thing. When you do those sort of level ups, you actually lose out on skill points you get from random dungeons. You can easily do, for example, I had 18 characters, so I just could have done each one of them one per day, and it was very super effective. And I did actually get all of my characters with a limited amount of time per day. All my characters were leveled up in less than a month. I can't remember specific days and so on, but I'm telling you, if you're leveling up multiple characters at the same time, it's the most effective way how to do it. Super effective, and also very good because you get those extra skill points, you get some other things, you get those set items, which is more important now than it was before when I when I was leveling up these characters, because then you just basically pretty much deconstructed those items. Now you actually collect them and you do complete this set items pretty much, and then you can just recreate them with transmutation stones, transmutation that GOD, or what was it called, can't quite remember. So yeah, that's why now it's even better to level up if you level up multiple characters that way. Just do one per character, one daily quest, not quest but daily dungeon, and it works great. Super fast leveling. You do complete a lot of dungeons, get a lot of sets and so on collected. Super effective. And of course those skill points I mentioned again before. And for example, I'm like ESO Plus subscriber, and later on you can of course get those skill points as well, but then you have very high chance you'll get into the DLC dungeon, which of course are very hard, and since I'm not putting much effort in my alternate characters, it's super annoying to do those DLC dungeons in that case, especially because I'm usually going as a tank. That way you can quickly queue up and quickly enter the dungeon. If you will queue up as a DPS, you'll have much more annoying time. So yeah, what I did often, I created like crafted sets with pretty much DPS focused sets, and since those are like normal difficulty dungeons, you could easily do them without tanking sets, and you just needed a taunt pretty much and so on, and you just switch through it because you were the third or even the fourth DPS into the group, and it was incredibly fast, incredibly effective. Of course, sometimes there were some annoyances. I can't really remember specifically one, because it's been quite a while since I last did level up any of my characters. The latest one was Belaine, and it was crazy because I only did one per day. So, but once I did level up like 10 characters at a time, it was pretty much annoying because at least like 3 times a day there was some complications pretty much. And by that I mean someone in the group was unsatisfied or something else, or I just completely forgot to equip my my set items, so that I was all the time swapping between my characters, and that way I always had to remember to pick it out of the bank, because at that time I did not have actually a Zabi, the bank character you can summon. And I really hope they will later in the future include more of these assistants, because I think they're very great. And yes, I completely forgot, this is our second Serana called Harper character. She's a sorcerer. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one we leveled up with the dolmens. And as you can see, yep, we have all way shrines close to the dolmens completed and well discovered, I mean. And yeah. And I discovered it's a very bad way how to level up, because you don't get much of a skill point besides the leveling up skill points you receive. But you do receive a lot of jewelry stuff, but of course they're low levels, so maybe not the best way how to obtain a lot of jewelries. Unless you already maxed level, you're just farming jewelries pretty much. Or champion points. There we go, with these ones we only need to do each batch once, because with these ones I already completed yesterday's daily crafts. So this is Freya. She of course is the companion introduced in Dragonborn's DLC for Skyrim. She's pretty much, you could say, the main character besides you. She becomes available as your companion. Her max level cap is 100, so she's actually very effective as well. She is one of the most, besides Serana, as far as I know, she's one of the most immersive companions, because she has a lot of wide dialogue, comments and so on, and wide range of it, and it's a lot of fun to be taking her as a companion. This way, usually what I did, if we would play a Skyrim virtual reality, I could show you a tutorial how you can obtain quite a few permanent followers. Basically, if I'm quickly counting, you can get as much as 5 permanent followers, and that's not including pets. So with a pet you can get a 6th one as well. So that's really good, if I must say so myself, and that way I like playing with the large groups, and actually I believe we could do it ourselves. And by the way, those 6 companions I'm talking about is without any mods. And this is one of the ones, Freya was one of the ones I usually actually, whoa, actually 6 companion people you could take. If I'm not mistaken, wow, that's insane. And I hope I'm not missing anyone. That's a large party, if I must say so myself. And this is the Lady Thorn. Of course, she's from Elder Scrolls Online, the basically expansion pack. Not expansion pack, how was it called? Basically, yeah, let's say expansion pack from Castle Thorn, a DLC, which is a dungeon DLC, which is very difficult DLC if I'm not mistaken. I have not completed it myself, I believe. So, but there we go, we have Lady Thorn. Sadly, she does not have title yet, but we will one day, especially if we do keep on doing these daily quests. We will have enough money to buy that house, which allows you to have titles such as Lord and Lady for your characters. And at that point we of course would activate it for this character, a lady. And the reason why I wanted to introduce her is because I love her lore, that she's a vampire, pretty much vampire lord, that has managed to recruit a lot of all sorts of weird beasts and vampires and whatnot, and create her own private army pretty much. And the DLC contains that you have to go and defeat her pretty much in a castle thorn. All her most of her army and herself as well. This character is also a sorcerer, which makes sense, in my opinion at least. And of course she's a vampire as well. Almost all my characters are either vampire or werewolves. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, we have like 4 werewolves and the rest of them are vampires. Then we have one of my favorite characters in Skyrim, that's Katria. You receive her doing the quest Ethereal... what was it called? Ethereal... something. And you had to do multiple quests for her, but before you do finish her those quests, you can just run around her and she can become your permanent follower pretty much. So that's awesome. And she's one of my favorite characters to have in Skyrim as a follower. You cannot have her as default, but if you don't finish the quest line, I believe... I can't remember actually, it's been a long time since I did it, but I will quickly remember it once we do enter the Skyrim game. And yeah, of course she was a ghost, so she was a ghost, so that's the reason why we have this skin for her. Also here, her pet and everything and the mount is ghost-like, to represent that she's a ghost, pretty much. And she's also a Templar, which is, I think, is very fitting for a ghost, pretty much, because Templars are fighting with the light magic and so on, and yeah. Pretty much only thing my account is missing are some Apex, well, not literally, but from the ones I won from some cosmetic items I won directly, are missing some Apex medals, which of course is very hard to obtain. But as they said themselves, they will introduce a new mechanic. Can't remember quite what it was called, but it's pretty much gonna contain a means how you can obtain basically crown gems for free, pretty much. And this is our last Serana, and she's a Nightblade, very fitting for her, I believe. She's also wearing the Vampiric Seducer's armor, just because that's also fitting for her, I think. The other 2 Seranas was wearing either Gold Saint or Dark Seducer's armor, so yeah.
starlight bride of Eleanor, storm and spray. I starlight bride of Eleanor, that cruel fate took away.
And some finishing thoughts, basically, guys. So as I mentioned before, almost all my characters are master crafters. Well, not master crafters, but almost all of them are very good at crafting and max out crafting and so on. Just researching some last traits for them and so on. So, and we do actually have our own Elder Kings guild into the Elder Scrolls Online. So, if you one day, for example, if you do play the game, you can definitely join our Elder Kings guild. I'm like pretty much gonna definitely accept you into the guild. We need some updates here as well, but that's fine. The guild is oriented almost on everything, pretty much on PvP, on PvE, on... I also want to get a guild trader, but I don't know if that's gonna come in anytime soon, but I really want it, but we'll see how it goes. It needs quite a lot of money. But either way, and of course if you would join, you could definitely ask for my help with any sort of reason, any sort of whatever you need pretty much for some help. My apologies, leveling up or some crafting needs or something. So please, if you do actually play Elder Scrolls yourself, you're more than welcome to try to get... but we're playing in Europa servers, so that's something to keep in mind. And this is my main character, the only one I'm really playing much. Besides Templars, sometimes I just play to chill. So that's Mardols, and he's a Necromancer. I'm always playing into these sort of games, Necromancers. He's quite interesting build, pretty much. He's available as any role, almost, as a healer, as a damage DPS, and as a tank as well. So I often just switch around what other people need from me, pretty much. And you definitely, I have already completed these daily writs with my, well, with this character, my main. But we will just, once again, if you do play Elder Scrolls Online yourself, you can definitely apply to the guild. If you don't, then you just can, maybe once we will start the Elder Scrolls Online giveaway, you can definitely apply. If you follow me, just keep an open eye out for it, and you could even win yourself an Elder Scrolls Online game, and then you could definitely play it for free, and just we could play it together, pretty much. So yeah, what else? Chill out, girl. So yeah, we already have completed everything with this one, so we'll just finish, deconstruct some items, or maybe not now. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be pretty much it about for today. So that's gonna be all for today, pretty much, and we will, however, be back in like half an hour or an hour, and we will continue some strategy game, unless you have something specifically you would like me to see to play. As I said, a lot of things are available for us, starting from Europa Universalis, Crusader Kings 3, even Imperator Rome, or Mountain Blade even, ending with something like Skyrim Virtual Reality or Fallout Virtual Reality. Any of those are available to us as well. So if you would want to see that, you just can message me, or right now, or through some other means, and I'm definitely gonna take note of it and decide. If I will not receive any requests, I will just probably go with Europa Universalis in an hour, or maybe Crusader Kings 3. We'll see what I decide in the end, if we do not receive any requests. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I will be back in, let's say, an hour. Yes. And then we're gonna have a lot of fun for a few hours, and hope to see you then. So bye for now.